Plumbing Bros. Welcome to Potty Talk Live, where we take it into the trenches, the crawl spaces, basements, kitchens, and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours to talk to plumbing professionals just like you. Hey there, I'm Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, coming at you live from Command Central here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana, where we're having a fun day because every day's a fun day when you love what you're doing. Right, sweetheart? All right, baby. Hey, we got the lovely Laura in the house. All right, it's a fun day. We having a fun day? All right, I'm looking forward. We got a fun guest here too. All right, we got a cool cat out of, where is he from? Georgetown, Texas. There we go, Mr. Joseph Rhoades. All right, Director of Operations with Kinsey Plumbing Services. Looking good. There he is. All right, sharp looking guy here. All right, but we're going to have him on here. Hey, nice logo there too. That's kind of fun. Look at that. A little fun there. A little bit of attitude, a little bit of personality, but looking good. It's important to look good. How about you guys? Are you looking good? Hey, I'm going to keep it real here today. I'm kind of feeling like that. You know, we've been talking here today. I feel like keeping it real today. Well, we keep it real every day, but I got a little spur up mine, whatever. You know, hey, I want to keep it real with you guys. Are you taking your plumbing business seriously? Are you? All right. Are you taking it seriously? And I'm being serious. I'm just keeping it real here. You got to be looking good. All right. None of this butt crack plumber stuff. I know we're plumbers, and hey, but just like our guest here, this guy's keeping it real. I mean, this guy's sharp. All right. And their business is growing because they take themselves seriously. They take their plumbing business seriously. All right. So their stuff looks good, and your stuff's got to look good too. All right. And when I say your stuff that's got to look good, your logo needs to be looking sharp. The stuff that you hand over to your customers needs to be looking sharp. All right. Not just some kind of piece of paper that you're writing on. Your business card. And yes, you should have a business card because you're a professional plumber. You hand your business card. All those kinds of things need to be looking sharp. And, I get it. We're plumbers. All right. We're plumbers. We're not graphic designers. Hey, but you can do what I did and what I still do, what the $1 Million Plumber does. I use Design Crowd. It's like having your very own in-house graphic design department. I mean, you look like, one of these big plumbing companies, but you're not. All right. But you can look as sharp as they look by simply using Design Crowd. Design Crowd makes it easy for you. All you do is create a brief. Now that's just their fancy smancy way of saying create a job. Okay. You create a brief, which is you create a job to tell them what you want and what you want to have done. And then you'll start receiving unique designs from all around the world within hours. It's that quick, literally within hours. And then you simply select the ones that you want. You select and prove your favorite design. And there you have it, a top-notch design, professional design at a fraction of the cost. And that's the key, a fraction of the cost. All right. I've made it very easy for you. Simply go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/design crowd and start getting your professional designs, because you're a professional plumber. If you take your plumbing business seriously, you're a professional plumber, and you should look like one too. All right. Hey, and if you are looking to be, have your own professional plumbing business, great, do it. In fact, that's what this is all about. I want all you guys, you should be doing your own plumbing business, okay? There's never been a better time to have your own plumbing business or start your plumbing business if that's what's, it's your dream, okay? If you got a plumbing license, a plumbing truck, and a plumbing business dream, hey, there's never been a better time to start your own plumbing business. But hey, there's some things you got to know, because the numbers tell us that 95% of all plumbing businesses fail, just how it is. All right. Because it's not because they're not good plumbers. It's not because, you're not good at plumbing or don't know plumbing or plumbing, good at doing the job. The thing of it is, it ain't about plumbing. It's about plumbing business. And our guest is going to talk about that. All right. That's how you are successful in plumbing business. But you got to know these things. And I made it very easy for you. I laid it out in my e-booklet entitled The 7 Must Knows. All right. The 7 must knows to be $1 million plumber. Whether you want to be $1 million plumber, $10 million plumber, or $100,000 plumber, it doesn't matter. You got to know these 7 things, these 7 principles. All right. You got to know these things. And I made it very easy for you. It's all laid out there for you. And it's free. There's no strings attached, no gimmicks, no catch. It's free. So you got no excuses. Just get it. Type free in the comments and I'll get it out to you. Type free, F-R-E-E, in the comments, and you'll have it. All right. Hey, let's get our guest on here. Here we go.
There you are. I can hear you loud and clear, Richard. I'm sorry
Can you
about
hear me?
that. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Are we
Great.
there?
Awesome. We can hear each other.
All right. Are we finally? We're ready to rock Potty Talk Live?
Absolutely, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, we just the lovely Lord just said we jinxed it in the pre-show, talking about, hey, we got no problems. It was smooth. Remember, we said it was like 10 minutes before the program started. Before we got our broadcast window. Now we can hear it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, James, for hanging on. Drew, thanks, man, for pointing out what you could hear and what not hear. But I think we did it to ourselves, man. But now we're here.
We got a lot of good conversation out, and I guess the thing just decided we were done. No, we're here.
We freaked it out. I think it's the Russians or something. They don't want us to hear what you have to lay down, man. Because we were talking some good stuff. You were laying some good stuff down. Cool. So I want the guys to hear what you were laying down. But before we get to the plumbing, we're going to get to the plumbing business. Why don't you tell us maybe something about us, about yourself that maybe not even your friends know. Give us some dirt. Okay.
Oh, some dirt.
That kind of day.
I've had a really fun and unique life, man, and it's led me to the place that I am now, and I'm very happy to be here. I've been an auctioneer's apprentice. I've been a plumber's apprentice. I got my plumbing license, and it's been a really cool ride, and I thank the Lord for everything that I've done one way or the other to get to where I'm at, man. It's been really good.
That's good, man. Fun story. I'm sure there's a lot of stories there with experience and all that. So, but I got you to plumbing. So how did you wind up getting into plumbing? I know sounds like you did some other stuff. How'd you wind up in plumbing?
Well, my dad's a master plumber, and I'm happy to get to still work with him here at our family-owned company. But when you start to get a little more grown up and you decide you're not going to make a living as a rock star, you start to figure out what's your best alternatives. And
I can relate to that.
Plumbing was definitely the place to be when I had a kid on the way and I was married, and so that's how we got started.
There we go, man. That sounds so familiar. So many plumbing rock stars. We do. Yeah, we have. Lovely Laura says we have so many plumbing rock stars. Do you play an instrument? Would you taking that or just?
I used to do vocals and write.
There we go. Yep. All right, man. Yeah, we got to get everyone together around the world and have some kind of plumbing, rock jam. I know we got some good stuff out there, so I can relate to that. So you got into plumbing and you're doing that kind of a thing. So what? Now you're the director of operations there for Kinsey.
Yes, sir.
And so how did that all come about? I mean, you just didn't go from. I mean, I'm assuming you didn't go from just plumbing to doing that.
No, sir. I about 8 years ago, I was working in Houston, Texas, and I just about destroyed my back as a journeyman plumber, doing water heaters by myself without giving enough time to wait for the apprentices. And I realized I needed to find a different niche in my field to make a living because my back was toast. And so I got into surveying and some supervisory stuff as well as sales. And I've been given some amazing opportunities, work with some really amazing minds here in Austin, Houston, San Antonio. And so they've all helped me develop skills and been able to share that with guys. And that's how I've just transferred one place to another over the years.
Yep, that's how, and that sounds familiar as well. So what all does your work now? You're running operations there. So
Yes,
what all does that mean? So what does your work entail? I mean, they brought you in specifically, I say for plumbing, but so what are you doing on the business side?
So my job entails helping the company as far as development of the technicians, making sure that my guys have the skills and tools available to them to go out there and deliver the service expectation that we offer our clients. I also work with our CSRs and DSRs in helping them work with our customers because it's on every level. It's not just the guys that are, sweating to death in an attic. From the phones to the people here in the office, we all have a role to play, and it's a little different than most companies. We do things in a very client-centric way, and we believe in developing our customer relationships in a way that go beyond the whatever the hourly fee is. And so there's a lot to it. And I brought that to this company back in October, and we've been doing great ever since.
All right. So how do you, there's a lot there right there, guys. Listen, already read between the lines. There's already been some nuggets of gold thrown down there. A lot of concern. We talk to a lot of guys, and a lot of guys are concerned with finding, the right guys and getting guys. And, so how do you doing that? How do you provide that kind of service and get your guys to buy into doing that kind of a thing,
Well, I tell you, from our employee base that we have here, I'm insanely lucky in a lot of ways because all of the members of my team, the guys that are in the field working today, I've had the opportunity to work with in the past. In fact, some of them have been my bosses at different companies over the years. But when we do look for new plumbers, what we look for is, of course, referrals. That's the best thing in the world ever, is to really tap your guys and say, who do you know that can do what you do? And that cuts out a lot. But we bring guys in to talk with them, and we usually visit 3 or 4 times before we make a hire. We want them to ride around with our guys. We want them to see our facility, understand what we have going on. And usually a guy's going to tell you flat out, this isn't for me. I want to be dirty and quick, and I want to get in and out. You say, the guys who really want to develop their skills with their customers and develop the way that they deliver service, they're excited as can be. They're beating the door down to come on in. And so it's really awesome.
Yep. And we experience the same kind of a thing. A lot of guys talk about, guys are hard to find. And quite frankly, plumbers are dime a dozen. I know I love plumbing, and this is what we're all about. I've been at it for 30 years, so I don't want to hear any, comments or whatever about, or emails that get the kind of stuff. Well, hey, plumbers are dime a dozen. Finding good men is more difficult. That's really what we're talking about here, finding good men. And so I like what you guys, what Joe just said, they'll talk with them 3 or 4 times and run them around. And I take it you're not just looking for a warm body, right, Joe?
Absolutely not. I would rather have a truck sitting out as a billboard than put the wrong guy in it.
There we go. Right. Had the cars, doing some advertising and then putting the wrong guy in and just taking away that. And guys, there's a lot of wisdom right there. That's a huge nugget of gold. Guys are so anxious to grow, and I get that, and get a guy in, and you much rather not have that other extra work or take on an extra work than build a bad reputation. And it's awfully expensive to bring guys on and have them on, and it even gets more expensive when they do a bad job.
Yes, sir.
You agree with that?
Oh, yeah. In this internet age, everybody and their mother and their grandmother and their sister and their neighbor are online, and their story and what they tell everybody else their story is going to be there forever, and you can't afford it. Exactly right.
I like the tack. What you took a little added. I picked up on a little attitude there. Hey, this isn't right for everybody. A little bit. It's what's the sweetheart, the lovely Lord over here. I'm not. We're not having sexual harassment over here. It's my wife, who I called the lovely Laura. Hey, what's the story about the Marine recruiter? The recruiters who went to the high school, and you got to Navy, Air Force, and the Army or whatever, and it's so easy. Come on in, be part of. Hey, we make it easy for you to join. But the Marine says, hey, this will be the hardest thing you've ever done, and that line turned out to be the longest line. And then that's the kind of guys we want standing in line for our companies. Hey, this is going to be. We're professional here. We take ourselves serious, right?
Absolutely. I don't want to have guys. I've worked for some revolving door companies, and you're a factory. You're a machine. You're a piece of equipment. The guys that I have on my team, I personally will get up in the middle of the night and go help them out. I'll do anything I can to build it backwards to help them out in their personal lives, because we are a family. There's a team that goes beyond that. These guys will help each other in the field. They'll help each other on Saturday and Sunday, and it's because we all have a common goal. We all have a common drive, and unless you're dedicated to that and you realize that it's something you want to belong to and you really want to deliver, it's not worth it. It's just you're better off going somewhere else and pressing widgets.
There we go. Exactly. Well put, man, because that's and I'm talking to my guys out there, and you look, 97% of you guys out there are the small plumbing shops. And there's nothing wrong with being the small plumbing shops. You can make the most money. You have the most opportunity, guys. You have the most opportunity. But here's the big, one of the big issues you can't deal with. When you're finding guys, the big companies can run you through, the mill. They realize plumbers are dime a dozen. And they'll take the chances there, and they can afford to do that and run you through the mill. We've all worked for those kind of companies. Joe, you just kind of alluded to them. I mean, they take their chances with it. But as when you're a guy that's starting out, or you're a 1, 2, 3 truck company, you can't afford those kinds of expenses. You really got to do like what Joe's doing here, where you're spending time. You're not just looking for a warm body. You're not taking a chance. I mean, this is someone you're going to get married to. Did you just marry your wife? Picked any woman and said, "Hey, let's get hitched." You didn't. So right? No, you don't do that kind of thing. There's a few dates. You got to have some dates. For sure. So there we have it, man. So hey, Joe, we're talking about things. Obviously you're really doing that well. What's something that you struggle with in the business that just it's kind of difficult with you? Just how it is.
One of the hardest things that we had going for us was right when I came on board, and it wasn't so much communicating the new way we were going to do business here, which was really dedicating ourselves to the service experience of the clients, but it was also making sure our clients knew what to expect. You know, Sometimes people think of plumbers as a 3-star industry. We're going to come. We have a certain level of experience. My own wife she laughed when she realized that I had to know math to be a plumber. She was like, I thought you just unstopped toilets, and we have so many different degrees of what we do, and making sure the clients are educated in that. And that was one of the first things I did, was make sure that our customer base could see this little cute animated commercial that we put together to show what we were going to do and how we're going to deliver it. Because if they're not expecting it, they might feel like it's a sales trick or a gimmick or something. Why is this guy spending so much time with me? He must want my money. No, ma'am. We want to deliver something that goes beyond your expectation, because every customer retained is worth 10 just earned. And that was really a hard hump to climb over. In about 2 or 3 months, it took us to really inform our current customer base of what we're trying to offer.
Amen, brother. Hey, guys, hope you just listen to what Joe, he just laid some huge nuggets of gold out there for us. I mean, the bottom line, it's been this way for 30 years. That's how long I've been in the plumbing business. And it's always, the customer just thinks all we do is unstop toilets. And it's not going to change. I know I shouldn't speak that out. Lovely Lord says, don't speak that. But it's not going to change, because, they've gone to school, or they're doing, everyone thinks what they do is the thing. Okay. And so the plumbers, we just, because we deal with stinky stuff and all that other people don't want to deal with, which is huge opportunity, by the way. All right. That's huge opportunity. They don't want to deal with this stuff. They just think that's, all we do is unstop toilets. And that's just their way of saying that we just don't have a lot to offer. So when you get down to, it's so important to show up, just like, we talk about, kind of a little ad here, one of my sponsor, my primary sponsor, with Design Crowd and that kind of stuff. It's really important to look, clean and neat, and educate the customer on this is a professional service, and spend that time with it. And that's what it sounds like you're doing, Joe.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, a lot of us already do these things, these new ways of thinking about service. Mm-hmm. My dad is one, and he's our responsible master plumber here at Kinsey Plumbing Services. And he used to train me and beat me over the head when I was an apprentice. And when I'd ride with him was, we're going to make this place cleaner than when we came. And we're going out of our way. We're changing light bulbs. We're carrying trash. And those are all things that we do. A lot of us do just naturally, because we're good folks and we were raised right, and that's what we do. But turning that into part of what you actually deliver in service, and recognizing it as part of a service, is hard for us to get our heads around. Yeah,
there we go, guys. You guys listen to that? Man, that's great stuff. I mean, it's more than plumbing. It's more than plumbing. It's building that relationship. Replacing light bulbs. I mean, that's that kind of thing. I mean, you just go on, and it's thinking that way. Well, I'm a plumber. That's not what I do. It's not. I'm not. It's their trash. I'm not taking their trash. It's like, what? Well, and that's the life you're going to carve out for yourself. So, man, great stuff there. Did you have something? Did you have a question for that? You forgot it? Yeah, I was going, man. I hope you guys are good. That's worth waiting for right there, man. Because it's just, you do those things, just as you said, you made a statement that, the one customer that you go through customer service is worth, 10 customers that you have to buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That one repeat customer, the one that's now a client. Right. That's why I'd rather call my customers clients than customers. A customer is somebody who I haven't serviced before. My clients are people that are calling me back.
There we go. Yep. Hey, I just see a comment here. Yeah, Drew, you're so right, brother. Yeah, bring a snow shovel with you in the winter times. Yeah. Clean off they pick up on that stuff, and you say, hey, why am I going to do that kind of stuff? I'm not getting paid for that. Yeah, they call you back. Okay. I mean, and of course we'll talk about, that's a whole nother show, a whole nother topic. There's things to talk about, making sure that kind of time is built in. You have your pricing correctly. Not just looking to go at being the cheapest. Cheapest doesn't get you, is not going to grow your business. No. And we're such a weird industry that everybody else in the entire world, every other business type, they build their pricing structure based on the cost of doing business with a specific profit in mind. And plumbers, we go, well, he's doing it for $125 an hour, so I'll be $120 an hour. Does he have the same building, the same truck? Nothing. No. There we go, Joe, man. You guys listening to this? You guys listen out there? That's what I talk to guys all over the world about. Well, I can't. My market doesn't. My customers won't pay that. Yeah, they will. They'll pay if they trust you.
Yeah.
You know, if you show up and you're taking care of them, and you're showing interest in them, you're listening to what their problems are, and you're coming across like you know what you're doing more than just can fix plumbing. You know, is it that you care about them, right? That you actually care about them.
There's a niche for every type of plumber. I mean, my wife's vehicle goes to the dealer because I want to know that she can drive safe on the highway.
Right.
My truck goes to the shade tree mechanic because if a hose blows off, I'm going to pull over and try to fix it myself with duct tape. We all have different needs and expectations.
Right. You're so right. And he's a smart husband. That's what the lovely Laura just doing there. He's a smart husband. That is so good, man. So where do you see Kinsey Plumbing being in a year from now?
Well, we have a very in stone set of goals around here, and we're all working toward those, and we've been hitting them every milestone so far. So we're thrilled with that. The plan is to be at 15 trucks next year this time.
Good.
Right now we're at 8, so basically just a little less than double. And we really want to possibly consider the idea of bridging into other areas, but we're going to knock this down and specifically stick to plumbing first because that's where we're all from. So.
There we go. Hey, guys, listen up, man. That's great, Joe. I mean, if you don't have a target, a goal, target, something you're shooting for, you're not even going to hit the target, right? I mean, you got to go for it. You just can't be out there just doing your thing every day, man. It sounds like there's Georgetown, Texas. What's Georgetown, Texas near?
We're about 15 miles, 20 miles north of Austin.
Okay.
We're considered a suburb.
There we go. All right, man. Well, there we have it. Hey, guys, I'm going to give Joe a chance just to catch his breath there. We're going to have him come back for the lightning round. He has some more good stuff here to drop on you here. Hey, but I got a question for you guys out there. Man, we're talking serious stuff here, and this is how I'm feeling today. Are you serious about your plumbing business? I mean, really, are you serious about your plumbing business? I'm not talking about that being a butt crack plumber out there just doing your thing. You got ticked off of your boss, so you decided to tell him to stick it and go do your own thing, kind of a thing. Are you serious about your plumbing business? You hear what Joe's been talking about here, about how they look at their customers, how they look at their guys when being able to develop their guys, how they're looking. Look at that aggressive goal they have in a year, all right? And they'll do it. I mean, if they don't do it exactly, they'll get very, very close here because they take themselves and their plumbing business seriously. And do you? And what I mean by that, are you out there just showing up at the customer's house and, when they call or whatever, you're just writing stuff down on paper and you're losing your customers and, you're losing the information and you're double booking and all that. That's not taking your plumbing business seriously. And I'm just saying, yes, I get asked here, Jobber is, a management software so that you can keep track of your guys. They make it easy for you to keep track of your guys and to dispatch your calls. It even makes it easy for your customers to pay you. And yes, Jobber is a sponsor. And yes, the $1 Million Plumber gets a little spiff. All right. But I got to tell you here, hey, can you bring me back on here? We're showing them there because I want to look the guys in the eye here. I don't have any one sponsor on here, and we get guys hitting us up here to sponsor and different things. But I don't believe that it's the best for you. They're not going to be. I'm not going to talk about them here on the program here. I've used Jobber in the past. Jobber is great for you if you're a guy that's just 1, 2, 3 trucks or even 8 trucks. I mean, they can go up to bigger companies here. But certainly, there's no better system for you to be able to keep track of your customers, to be able to dispatch, and to be able to play the professional game with the other big players out there. So you need this. So here, you can bring the screen back up here. You need to get Jobber here. And now I've made it so easy for you to get, okay? Because I've hooked you up for a free 14-day trial. So you can try it for free for 14 days and receive 20% off your first 6 months, okay? So you're hooked up there. There's no excuse. You need to have this kind of stuff to be a professional plumber. So simply go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/Jobber to get your free 14-day trial and 20% off your first 6 months of Jobber. All right. You'll be glad you did. Okay. You need to be professional, and you need to have these kind of things in place. Also, speaking of making it easy for your customers to pay you, you need to get the money in the bank right then. Okay. Don't be walking out of the house just because you got the job done, that you leave some kind of invoice that you're going to get paid. You don't have time to be following up on getting paid. All right. You need to get paid right then. You need to get the money in the bank right then so that you can pay all of your suppliers. All right. And pay your gas bill. All right. And pay yourself. All right. That's the first thing. You need to pay yourself. All right. This isn't a hobby. All right. It's a business. All right. A business is supposed to be growing a legacy for you and your family, and so that you can live the life that you want to live. So you want to make it easy for your customers to pay you. You want to make it easy to get the money in the bank right then. All right. With Square Payment Processing, it does just that for you. Okay. It's literally money in the bank right then. There's no more waiting by the mailbox to get paid by the customers, that you did last month. None of that. No more chasing down late pays. You don't have time for that. That's the kind of stuff that burns you out. That's why guys, 95% of all plumbing companies fail for these kinds of things. They just get burnt out. No more robbing from Paul to pay Peter. You guys have been there. I've talked to a lot of you. All right. And it's just a reality. You're bouncing money around. Okay. You're doing that kind of thing. That stuff catches up with you and then you're dead. All right. But with Square Payment Processing, you simply swipe and the money's in your bank. And there's never been a better time because Square is free to use. You only pay when you make a sale. There's no monthly or hidden fees, and you pay the same rate for all major credit cards. And right now, I've also got you hooked up on free processing up to $1,000 in credit card transactions on your first 180 days. Okay, so there's no excuse to get the money in the bank. Simply go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/square and start swiping a day. All right, there we go, guys. Just do it. That's for you. Do it if you're considering taking your business seriously. All right. Hey, Joe, let's get Joe back in here for the lightning round, man.
Cool.
All right,
Let's go.
you got a lot of stuff here. All right, I'm going to bring it. Okay.
All right.
I got a question here. And what was holding you back or is holding you back from starting your own plumbing business? Now, this could be touchy ground.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Plumbers, we've got so many different roles that we play. And a lot of us are entrepreneurs. A lot of us are absolutely just dedicated to the craft and don't want anything to do with business. Me personally, the facets that I love the most is working with my technicians, developing my office staff. I don't really want to own my own company. To be honest, when I've done what I'm doing here, I probably want to branch out and help another company. I want to help other guys build their companies up and develop their guys. That's where I want to go.
Great answer, Joe. There's no wrong answer, by the way. I asked that because that's what we're about here is guys doing their own thing. But hey, we all need, and we grew. Our plumbing company grew because we had Joe. We had a good Joe and guys that just didn't want to do the whole thing by themselves. But you may be one of those guys that are watching. You may not want to do your own thing, but you still need to know these things, just like Joe, to be able to be that general, to be able to take that company to the next level. You got to know this stuff. So good stuff there, Joe. Hey, you guys flat rate or time and material, and why?
Flat rate.
That's right.
Time and material, that's one, it's putting a demand on the technician to either get going and get out, or it's demanding him to possibly be, in my mind, I've worked for those times where you're taking your sweet time, and it's dishonest, it's unethical. Right. I'm not saying the guys that do time and material are dishonest or unethical. I'm just saying it leaves too many questions for me, and to build a plan with a real budget and to really build pricing around our cost of doing business, we had to create a flat rate system. And that way my guys can dedicate all the time they need to the clients because we know that the work that they're providing is covered.
There we go, man. Great way to put it, Joe. Hey, and our customers, it's just fair to our customers. Our customers live in a flat rate world. When they go by, they go to Taco Bell, it's not time and material. When they go to Walmart, it's not time and material. It's flat rate. You go to the movie, it's time and material.
You don't ask for a breakdown on how much it costs to transport the TV from Japan to here to the Walmart. And you just know it's all built into the price, and I can decide whether that price is right for me or not.
There we go. Exactly right. I agree. Lovely Laura said exactly right. Well put. Hey, Joe, what's share a personal habit that sets your day up for success?
I have a really goofy recent habit. I have a business coach that I'm engaged in some Tony Robbins stuff. Won't go into that, but it's every 3 hours on the hour. I have an alarm set, and I basically have to stand up, get in a certain energy going. And
Yep.
yep, I've getting a positive state, and I do it loudly so that I can embarrass myself if any of my people are walking by. And
there we go, brother.
And it helps me rolling. Yep.
That's right. Hey, there's this wisdom here. I want to say this. I guess this will be what they call it. I'm going to give a little personal, like a business slug here or whatever. But coaching, it's why at every level, all professional, successful professional athletes, business men and women, all use coaches to take them to the next level. Period. That's just smart. That's what smart, successful business and people do. And so, that's just wise. Even I, I've achieved. You always have another level. You'll get to a level of success, and you get a coach that will take you to that next level of success. And talk with guys like that. So that's just a wise, smart thing to do. And oh, there we go. The lovely Laura says, if we hit your time when you got to do your 3-minute thing, your state change, you can do it on air?
I would, but I'm going to tell you,
no,
I'm looking at the clock and I'm safe.
We can call. Okay. All right. I know what you're talking about, but that's so good. But man, wise to you for doing coaching there, man. That's just what smart men do. All right, man.
Wait, hold on.
And you're doing, and we got to show a comment here. What we have?
Drew. Not yet, buddy.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, Richard says, Richard is my business coach. Not yet, man. Been reaching out to you. When you going to wise up? Let's take your business to the next level. It's all right. So there we have it. Obviously, that's what I do here. That's what we do as well. And I love doing that, by the way. That's the fun. I love working with my guys. And I don't have any gals yet. No gals yet. But love working with the guys literally all over the world. And the business is fun. So I love doing that. So it's great that you're doing that, Joe. So thanks for sharing that. Let me get my shameless plug in there. And thanks, Drew. All right, man. Okay. Hey. You've been around the block, Joe. So tell us something here, because it's on the side of keeping good guys and how to attract good guys. Outside of a paycheck, what's the best thing that a plumbing company that you've worked for has ever done for you?
Me specifically, I would say that the last place that I was employed, I had a boss that was not just a boss; he was a mentor. And when you find somebody who's your mentor and they really are willing to give you that much and that back and forth, that's priceless. And I learned so much on not just a business level, but a personal level. And that made it one of the most amazing experiences of my life, not just a work experience. So he took interest in you and helped develop you. Yes, sir. Other aspects of your life and that kind of a thing. And yeah, that's so important. And so get that. So, hey, there's a big tip for you guys out there, a huge nugget of gold in that. And so, man, that's good stuff. Hey, Joe, I've loved this time. Once we got going here, once we got through the technical difficulties, which I know it's on our end here. I jinxed it, man. I just, it's the $1 million plumber jinxed it. It happens, Every once in a while I lose, and I lost. Yep. But we got it back. We hung with it. Thank you for hanging in there. And thank you so much for having me. Hey, but before I let you go, though, one last question for you. And this is the biggie here, guys. We like here. Hey, what's the best advice that you've ever received? The best advice I've ever received came in the form of sort of a question, I guess, or maybe even a veiled threat, and was from one of my previous employers. And he asked me, what do I want to do with my life, with my career, with everything? And he said, don't give me an answer. He just said, I want you to think about the fact that whatever you say you can or you can't do, you're right. And I'm willing to help you for that. And I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, there's all these different mantras out there, but the truth of the matter is if you want to do it, if you say I'm going to do it, you're going to do it. And if you say I'm not going to because it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter and you're not going to. And that's a decision we all have to make. Amen, brother. Good stuff. That's a good one. And that's how I live my life, and I can tell you just through the years, again, it's like a target. I mean, if you're not shooting for it, you're not even going to get anywhere near, but guys, I hear, and that's what breaks my heart talking to a lot of these guys out there. I can't do this with a company. I can never do this, or I'm not from that, or I'm this, whatever. I'm not good enough, man. It's not smart enough. Don't have enough money. It's not what my daddy did. I mean, it just breaks my heart hearing it from these guys, because really the guys that make it, you can go from, whatever, even, the difference are the guys that they just said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And they got in the ring and they just take, I like the Rocky Balboa. I'm kind of going off the deep end, but what Rocky Balboa quote, we even get it in our pop culture, but it's not how hard you get hit, but how hard you get hit
and keep on coming.
Yes, sir.
That's how winning is done. So that is so true. It's deciding I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to have a successful plumbing business. I'm going to take this plumbing business to the next level. I'm going to take this plumbing business to, what'd you say, 18 trucks? We're going to do it. 15 trucks, right. We're going to do it, All right, man. Great stuff, man. Loved having you on the program, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Things worked out there, man. A lot of good stuff there. Hey, I'd like to stay in touch here, and I'd like to have you on again sometime, man.
Great.
So
this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. Hey, great talking with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, gang. There we go. Mr. Joseph Rhoades. All right. He's the Director of Operations of Kinsey Plumbing Services out of Georgetown, Texas. Man, great stuff there for you guys. Hey, I know you guys are hanging on there. At the beginning, we have technical difficulty, but thanks for sticking around, man. Great stuff there. A lot of great information there for you. It's been one of these episodes there. We've kind of been a little hard on you here, but hey, just want you to succeed. And, man, it's just you can do it if you decide to do it. Just that advice that Joe had there at the end. It's you deciding to do it. If you decide to do it, you can do it. All right. Hey, and if you decide you want to be on Potty Talk Live, I'd love to have you on Potty Talk Live. You got a story to tell. You got nuggets of gold to drop. All right. Just decide to do it and come on over to www.pottytalklive.com. Scroll on down to the Be My Guest button and click it. Hey, and we'll get you on Potty Talk Live. All right. And you'll be live around the world. All right. So we'd love to have you there. Also, hey, if you're deciding that you want to have a successful plumbing business, that is great, but there's some things you got to know. You can take advantage of my experience. Been in for 30 years. All this stuff, it all works the same. So I can save you some headaches, save you some money. All right, save you some pain, save you from your business dying. Just get my free e-booklet, 7 Must Knows to Be a $1 Million Plumber. It's free. Simply type free in the comments and I'll get it out to you. There we go. All right. So hey, it's been great here. Hey, join us tomorrow. We got Mr. Mitch Kinney, founder of Culpeper Plumbing and Pipes Media. We're going to learn some stuff on some media, SEO stuff and that kind of stuff. Ought to be a lot of fun. Out of San Diego, California. He's on tomorrow. But hey, before I let you go, I just want to remind you, just like we've been talking about, you were purposefully and wonderfully created. And you were created to do great things. All you need to do is decide to do it. All right? But when you're out there doing your thing, as always, plumb like a champion.